Hi, I'm Pfenning, Alex Molden here. We're in week number 2 of the Oregon Football League season. We're talking football. It's springtime and great time for the game overall. And the league's having a fun time. It's after the first week of the season. 3 home teams won their first game. The teams in the Umpqua Valley, Springfield, and Klamath, they all won pretty good games, and Portland won on the road. This week we got Portland playing at Oregon, Vancouver at Umpqua Valley, Springfield at Klamath, and the game of the week, High Desert, the Bend team, going down to Medford, play the Road Warriors. That's a game I'm going to be at, so I get the 5-hour drive to Medford. So today I thought we'd talk with Alex about a couple things, how teams react to after the first game of the year, and then also how hard it is, or how difficult or easy it is to build some team chemistry. So, of the leagues that you played in, the NFL and U of O, how did that first game affect your season?
Well, the first game, you have to understand that at the beginning of the season, everybody feels that they have a chance to win and start the road to being a champion. So, to get that first win is big. It's just like any other sport. If you feel that you can score first, then that's going to give you a leg up. I think I'm sure there's different reports or reports out there that says who wins first or who has the first W compared to if you lose your first game, then the outcome of your season. But it's great to kind of have that, get that first one into your belt, go and see what you did to have success and gain on that, but also to look at things that you might not have done so well and use that time during practice the next week to correct those miscues.
So a number of the teams you played on, especially in the NFL, didn't win their first game.
Yes.
How does that affect your? So you go, okay, we know we got things to improve on, but we lost our first game.
Yeah. You still have to have superior confidence in yourself and as your team. And we talk about chemistry. That starts pretty much in the off season. If you have that. That time to to work together as a team and get all you guys together on practice and working on the small details, because we've all heard this before, is you work on the small details so they won't become major miscues throughout the long season. So it's for those teams out there who might have lost their first game, it's not the end of the season, of course, but you just gotta, you gotta play, you gotta up your intensity level, make sure everything is clicking the next time out. So you can, you don't want to be 0-2 in a 8 or 10 week season.
In an 8 week season, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely got to get that W this week.
So building your team, building team chemistry, and you said it starts in the off season. But team chemistry in a regular company, how it's getting to know all the people on the team. How long does it take to get to know? Say, NFL, you got 50 some guys, but a lot of them come in as new players, and you came in as a new player at some time. How hard is it to build overall team chemistry?
Well, you know what? It doesn't necessarily have to be in between the lines. Meaning practice and whatnot. I mean, it can be off the field type of events or deals where you go to like a barbecue. One of the guys on the team is doing a barbecue, or maybe you guys are going out to bowling or something like that. So just the more time that you spend together, especially as a quarterback, connecting with your linemen or your wide receivers or wide receivers and running backs. You kind of want that, that deal to be going on with especially with the linemen and the running backs as well. So just the more that you can get these guys together, and like I said, not necessarily talking football, it can be off the field as well.
So now you mentioned like guys having a barbecue. Those are things that individual players would do. How did the teams? Did they throw functions too?
You know what? For us, it would be different positions. Let's say, many times I had all the DBs would come over and we have a barbecue. Or some guys, like all the offensive linemen, they would have a barbecue or did something, to get some of that chemistry going.
Is that the team captains, the heads of the individual?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It was mostly like some of the veterans. They got together and said, "Hey, I think it'd be cool if we all go out, as a team." And it's a little bit different with 50 some odd, grown men going out. But yeah, if you can break it up to different, positions, it made it pretty fun.
Did that work in college too?
Not so much. We didn't have a whole bunch of money, so yeah, we kind of hung around the dorms, I guess, or we really had that going on during the training camp.
Well, the other thing I thought, next thing here, we are going to pick a Players of the Week. So this week we got Russell Schneider, who is the quarterback for Portland, threw for 322 yards and 3 touchdowns. And on defense, Dustin Matthews from Klamath, who had 10 tackles and 6 sacks during their win over High Desert. So the other thing, 6 sacks, that's pretty good.
That's a lot of sacks. And just thinking about pressuring the quarterback. I wish that quarterback, he's still probably thinking of that guy right there.
So the last thing I wanted to talk about would be springtime football, and the thing that went big time for me, which was the United States Football League. I remember, how much do you remember about the USFL?
Man, I don't remember a whole bunch about them. Honestly, because I was, at that time, what was that, back in 83, 85?
I want to say 81 to 83, yeah.
Oh, shoot, man, I was still playing marbles and going outside and climbing trees and playing at the old elementary school basketball. So I don't really know a whole bunch about them. I really don't.
My team was, cause I'm from LA originally, so my team was the LA Express, and I went there. I got to see one of their games, but I was big time into getting souvenirs from the USFL, because it came along right at a time when I picked, the NFL had been around for a while, USFL totally new. I just jumped into those guys big time, had stuff all over the place, and I got it from everywhere. Love the Tampa Bay Bandits, especially because of their coach, Steve Spurrier.
Oh, okay.
That's where he started as a head coach, I believe, and they were a great team. Had the running gun style of play, but love those guys, and they were all in the spring, so that was a lot of fun, spring into summer. So we got springtime football at the Oregon Football League. Our 4 games this week are, again, Portland at Oregon, Vancouver at Umpqua Valley, Springfield at Klamath, and High Desert at Road Warrior, which again is the game of the week. Check it out on OregonSports.com, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.